On my family's farm, cedar trees grow tall and straight. Here is a very beautiful one that is still in the ground. We cut them down, and then we need to saw the branches off and put them in a pile to be burned later. Next, you'll see a pile of logs ready to go to the sawmill to be cut into lumber. Here is our friend Glenn showing us his 14-foot Wood Miser bandsaw.
It's belt-driven and electric start.
It can be adjusted up or down depending on the size of the log. It has an 18-horse motor and an electric start. Here is how he speeds up the motor and adjusts the width for a wider log. With log in place, he will now cut off the first slab, which has bark completely on one side. There's my dad and grandpa looking on. This one will be thrown away. Next, he will cut a 1-inch rind board, which has bark on either side of it. There's Grandpa, Dad, and friend Mike hauling the board away. Now he's cutting another 1-inch rind board. Look at all the colors and patterns. Aren't they so beautiful? The log has been turned 90 degrees and Glenn is measuring it to make sure he can saw it correctly. Here he's cutting the first slab, which will be discarded. The first rind board. And the second 1-inch rind board. The log has again been turned 90 degrees and Glenn is cutting this first slab. Here it is. Look at the beautiful wood grain. Once again, it has been turned 90 degrees and the first slab is being cut off. Now he will start to cut 1-inch thick and 7.5-inch wide boards. How many do you think he can get out of this log? The answer to the question is at least 12, each 8 feet long. There's Dad. And there's Mike bringing over another board. Look at that beautiful color and grain. There's my brother Justin helping also. Good job, buddy. Here's my grandpa trying his hand at running the saw. He's still cutting 1-inch thick boards, but now they're 5.5 inches wide and 9 feet long. After the logs have been sawed, they need to be stacked for drying. This process takes about 3 months. We have edge glued the boards to make panels, and here's our friend Tony from Caprice Millwork. He's putting the panels through the time saver, which will sand them nice and smooth. Here comes one now. he is cutting the panels to length and to width. Now we've got some cut panels, and the first thing we're going to do is fasten these stops to the boards so it will hold the floor piece in. Now we're going to do the same thing with the side panels, leaving a hole in the middle for a support. Now we'll put the last screw in to hold the handle on the end. Now we're fastening the floor to the end. Now we've got the end fastened, the side and the other end fastened. And so we'll put staples in the bottom. Now we've got all 4 sides fastened along with the bottom. Next we'll work on the top. Here we have the front and side trim pieces, and the next thing we're going to do is fasten the hinges.
Go.
The hinges are attached, so the next thing we're going to do is install the inside hardware.
Go.
There. Now we've got the last screw in on the folding support. In the morning. Good morning. We have used wood filler on all the staple holes, and now we're going to put another coat of urethane on. Isn't it pretty? Smells so good. Finishing touch was to put this on. Handcrafted by Grandpa Honey with love. The end. Until my younger sister's birthday.